Hey guys, it's Emily, and this is Emmy Lou Arts. I'm happy you're here today because I am going to show you how I'm making a B6 Slim Traveler's Notebook out of my standard size Traveler's Notebook that I got on Amazon. So, if that sounds like something you want to see, then stay tuned. Okay, so I got this Traveler's Notebook on Amazon a couple years ago, right when I found out about Traveler's Notebooks and the whole shebang. And it's a standard size Traveler's Notebook, and it's a nice piece of leather. It's not what you would get at some, like custom shops, but it works. It's nice.
Smells like leather.
Anyhow, the standard size Traveler's Notebook is 10 inches wide by 8.6 inches high, which makes it, folded in half. It's this size. So standard size Traveler's Notebooks are more tall and kind of narrow. A B6 Slim, which is what I am going to turn this into, is slightly shorter. So it's 7.5 inches high instead of 8.6. So basically I'm taking an inch off of it. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but it makes it into a little bit more of a square as opposed to a giant narrow space. So if that makes any sense, because you know that I started journaling. I tried doing this A6 size pretty much, which is like almost 4x6, pretty much 4x6. And I really like this size. I've enjoyed it, but it's a tad small. It's just a tad small. I'm almost done with it, and then I will show you what I've done. I've had a lot of fun working in it. I just have, let's see, 2 pages left. This page, this, and then the back page left. So I've really enjoyed this notebook, but I'm going to try the B6 Slim size, which is just a slightly taller. So that is what we're going to do today. And since I figured I already have this piece of leather from Amazon from an old Traveler's Notebook, I'm going to use this and turn it into B6 Slim size. So my plan, I'll give you the rundown so that you know what to expect. I was going to lop like 1/2 inch off of the top and bottom so that I could keep one of these holes, so I only have to repunch one hole. But then I remembered that it has this pretty compass detail down here, and I want to keep that. So what I'm going to do is cut just off the top and then repunch the holes. Ooh, but you know what that means? That means that the center hole is not going to be centered. But that's really not that big of a deal to me. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can always repunch a center hole too, if I need to. So I got this leather punch a long time ago when I was making keychains, making leather key fob kind of things. And then I also have a set of letter punchers that I am going to do a saying on here that is special to me. So let's get started. I'm gonna flip you guys over. Still with me, guys? All right. So this is my piece of leather. And what I am going to do is, like if you buy a B6 Slim Traveler's Notebook from Chic Sparrow, they make their B6 Slims wide. I think their B6 Slims might even be 11 inches wide, which is even wider than a standard Traveler's Notebook, which is misleading because it's called a B6 Slim. But she makes them extra wide so that nothing that spills out of the edge of your journal, like if you had tabs or something on it, they don't stick out of your Traveler's Notebook. So I think that's why she makes hers a little bit extra wide. But this one, since it's just standard, does not have that extra space to begin with. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to leave it 10 because I'd rather have it a little wide, just so that nothing hangs off the side. And then we're going to make it 7.5 inches tall. So right now it is, let's see, it is 8.5 inches, and we want it to go to 7.5 inches. So I'm going to cut off the top because this bottom part is what has the that little compass on it, which I like. So I don't want to lose that. All right. So let's make this 7.5. Sorry, my cat is jumping on a beanbag in the background. Sorry, I gotta move my head here so I can see. But I did get my hair redone for you so that you're not staring at my greasy roots. So you're welcome. Okay, 7.5. 7.5 inches tall is what this is going to be, and you can see that it's 10 inches wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 inches wide, 7.5 inches tall. I'm going to take my rotary cutter and then slicey dicey. There we go. Now it's more of a B6 slim size. And I am going to take my scissors and just sort of pretend like I'm rounding the corners here because the other corners are kind of rounded. Daddy, stop jumping on the beanbag. Okay, so now I just need to punch my 2 holes in the top here. And I'm eyeballing this. Let's see what size. This looks like a good size. I don't even know if I have used this thing in quite some time, this leather hole puncher. Let's see. I could zoom you in so you could see what I'm doing. That might be nice, eh? Well, that was a very Canadian sounding thing of me to say, eh? Okay, that looks like it's sort of lined up. Maybe? Oh, that looks off. Let me make a mark. Does that look straight? Let me get my ruler. Let's line up these holes on this line. Then I'll know if I'm straight. Put a long fingernail mark. Ooh, you know what? I was almost straight. Okay. Gonna punch. Ooh, I picked the perfect size too. Hot damn, y'all. And then a second one about a centimeter away, maybe? Is it a centimeter? Yes, 1 centimeter exactly. So I was not quite far away enough on this one. Okay. Bing. There we go. Now we've got B6 slim size. And what I'm going to do is feed this through the middle hole. This is the string that was in the other one. And since we didn't cut any of the width off, this should be just fine. This won't have to change if I can get it pulled through. Sorry, my nails are a fright. They don't have dirt underneath them. It's actually, I tried a really dark navy nail polish on from the SE Gel Polish collection at Target, and I swear if you don't want your nails navy for the rest of your life, don't try that nail polish. Okay, so it's not centered, but I don't care. I actually really like it like that. So let's tie the elastics, and I will show you how to do that. All right, so, how did we do this? We started by going in to the center, and then holding it there, and then going up through this elastic. You can start at the top or bottom, I don't think it matters. And then pulling it taut so that on the outside you have this little thing here. So you've got one here, one here. And then you go out, out this one, oh, come on, little elastic, you can do it. Or maybe I should be saying, come on, Emily, you can do it. I know the elastic can do it. The question is, can I? I'm gonna poke it through here. I guess I could poke my holes a little bit bigger, but I just, right now, don't really want to mess around with it, so I'm just trying to pull it through. There we go. And I've still got this one that's this length. So I'm gonna go back in towards the middle with this piece. If you just kind of stick in that end with a sharp, something with a sharp end, then you'll have it just fine. So now the back should look like this. It's just got your two black pieces in the center. And then the inside, you've got these two. Okay, almost got it, almost got it. Okay, all right, that should be right. And then pull it taut. All right, and trim these frayed ends. Okay guys, so there's the elastic, and then that's what it looks like on your spine. Now I made a notebook here, and I will show you how I made this notebook, but let's see if it slides in here. This is going to be my next traveler's notebook journal. Look at that, you guys. Oh, it's perfect. Now this middle notebook kind of scooches out, but I made kind of a thicker notebook there, so I kind of expected that. Oh, look at it. I'm so excited, you guys. I love it. And it even still has the little compass emblem here. So our ending size for this notebook is about like 4.8 inches wide by, should be 7.5, yep, 7.5 inches tall. And that's sort of a B6 Slim size. Let me zoom you out. And I could not be more thrilled. And this is the insert that I made, and it is full of mixed media paper. You can see I stapled it, and there's actually two, and they're nested in together. That's why the middle one kind of pokes out further. And I just put a piece of scrapbook paper, and I still need to decorate the outside of that. But I'm gonna go out in my garage and practice and see what my letter punches look like, because I want to do a saying on my notebook. So I'm gonna go see what this looks like and see if it turns out. So I'll be back. Okay guys, so here in internet time, I haven't been gone at all, but in reality I was out in my garage playing around with my leather letter stamps, and I did not like the way that it was working. So on this kind of leather, I just didn't like it. And then I tried heating them up to do sort of like a faux hot stamping sort of thing, and if it would have just burned the leather and not this the circle around the letter, I might have done it, but I just didn't like it. So, but I really wanted this saying on my journal, so on my journal cover. So I tried writing it with just a regular Sharpie. Sharpie, where are you? Just a Sharpie pen. And that actually worked okay. So I tried it on here, and then I wrote it on my journal in the Sharpie. It says, "Sit down and be set free." And I like it. I really like it. I just did it in like a little cursive, and I really like that saying. It's got dual meanings to me. If you listen to any Christian radio and you know Sidewalk Prophets, the song "Come to the Table," I really like that song. I love that idea. And I also love the idea that when I sit down at my journal, I sit down and I'm set free. While I'm journaling, I don't worry about anything, and my mind is set free from, you know, everyday things. So for me, it's I love it. So it's meaningful to me, and I guess that's what journaling is all about, something that is meaningful to you. So that's what I wanted to put on here, and it's basically just going to be the cover for my journal. And I still need to decorate this. I had just put on a piece of scrapbook paper on the cover, and I actually tied these two booklets, nested booklets, together. You can see they're separate, with this piece of twine just to keep them together, and then slipped them in my book. So that is what she looks like right now, and I am pleased. So that is how I turned my standard size traveler's notebook that I got on Amazon into a B6 slim size. And I will be back to show you how I'm going to decorate the cover and give you a flip of my journal that I just finished. So I am so glad that you guys hung out with me today. And if you have a notebook that you haven't been using because the size hasn't been quite right, consider repurposing it and try a new size. I love this. It's funny how it's just a little bit different, but how big of a difference that little difference makes, if that makes any sense. So I'm so glad that you guys hung out with me today while I worked on this notebook. So I thank you, and if you try this or do something creative like this with your journals, let me know. Let me know what you do and how it turns out. Thanks, guys. Bye.